indeed a little bit earlier today. Don't worry, there is nothing wrong with your clock or your calendar or your sundial. Everything is all right. I am here slightly earlier. I will explain why in a few moments. This is English Addict coming to you live and direct from the birthplace of English, which just happens to be, you know where it is, England. We are back together again, although we are slightly earlier than normal, for which I will explain straight away. The reason why I'm here now and not 2 o'clock is because I have something else I have to do. You know what it's like at this time of year. There are lots of things going on, lots of things happening for many people. So there is always something that has to be done. And I have something to do today. And that's the reason why I'm on earlier, and I'm only staying for around half an hour. So it is a short one, but do not worry, because on Sunday, which is Christmas Eve, I will be with you, and Mr. Steve will also be here for 2 hours next Sunday from 2 p.m. UK time next Sunday. For today, well, I will explain. My name is Duncan. I talk about English. I love English. I am an English addict, and I have a feeling perhaps maybe you are as well. Hello to everyone. Hello to the live chat. Hello, Vitas. Guess what, Vitas? You are first on today's live chat. We are getting straight underway because I do have a few other things to do today. Unfortunately, I have a taxi coming to pick me up at around about 2:20. So that is the reason why I am on slightly earlier. I hope my voice lasts. I don't know why. The last couple of days my voice has been very strange. I think it's the weather. I think it is the strange mild weather we are having at the moment. Hello also to Mosen. Oh, we also have Connell here as well today. Hello, Connell. Nice to see you here. Also, we have Hamda. We also have Edita. Hello to you as well. A few people joining in. Now, I imagine there might be a few coming late because of the change of time. So this is only for today. Don't worry, it's not permanent. It is just for today. I will be here with you earlier, which I am now, and I will be here until 2 p.m. today. Short but sweet, as we say in English. Today we are looking at something that I think is very relevant. It is very relevant because a lot of people next weekend will be getting lots of gifts and they will receive lots of presents as well. Quite often we might receive things that we don't actually want or need, and then we have to put them somewhere. But where do you put those things? That is today's topic. We are looking at a very interesting subject. Stuff, junk, and things. This is a very general subject. When we talk about stuff, junk, and things, we are talking about all of the things that we might have, something we own, things we have that are useful, also perhaps things we have that are not useful. So there are things that are important and useful to you, but also there are things that are not important and useful either. So we are looking at stuff, things and also junk. First of all, stuff. When we talk about stuff, it is a general term. It is a term that we use when we are talking about various things. So these things can be different from each other, a collection of things that have been put in a certain place. Stuff, the things you have around you. You might talk about the stuff that I have here in my studio. There are lots of things around me. So we often describe, generally speaking, we will say stuff, various things. Of course, there is another use of the word stuff, which is a verb, to put one thing inside another thing with force. But in this situation, the word stuff is a noun. It is describing various things that are around you, things that you own, maybe things that you have acquired. Now, I like this word, the word acquired. Something acquired is something that you have received, or something that over the years you have bought. You have come into possession of that thing or those things. So stuff can be things you have acquired over time. Maybe gifts, maybe things that you bought for yourself, maybe something that was bought for you as a Christmas present or a birthday gift, perhaps. So when we talk about stuff, we are talking about general things, or, of course, things you have acquired, things that you have received or purchased. Then we have another word which relates to having too much stuff or too many things. We talk about clutter. Clutter. I love that word. If you have a lot of clutter, it means you have many things. Quite often, those things will be disorganized. They will be messy, untidy. They are all over the place. Lots of things, maybe things that don't match or don't go together. Clutter. A lot of things together. So when we talk about clutter, quite often we use it in a negative sense. We will use it as a negative term to mean many things. Perhaps if your room is untidy or messy, you might say that there is a lot of clutter around you. Of course, you can also use this as a verb. So as a noun, it describes many things. Also, if you are putting lots of things into your room, lots of things that are spread around and you are bringing them in, we can say that you clutter the room. You fill the room with lots of things. So that particular word can be used as a noun and a verb. Here's another one. I like this word. And yes, I do know that this word can be used in other ways as well. I am very aware of it. Junk. Junk. When we talk about junk, we are describing things that are useless. Something that might be broken. It is useless. It no longer functions. It has no use. Junk. Maybe you have a place in your house where you keep lots of junk. And let's be honest, we all have one. We all have a place in the house where we keep our junk. It's true. I have a place. I know Mr. Steve has a very special place for all of his junk. So there are many places where you might put things that are useless or things that you don't use anymore. Junk. We might talk about accumulated items, things that have gathered. So maybe if you buy one thing and then you buy another thing and then another, and slowly over time you might get lots and lots of different things. You accumulate. To accumulate is to grow. Something gets larger. The amount of something becomes more. Accumulated items, things that you have come into possession of over time. They are accumulated. They have accumulated over time. So instead of just having one or two things in your room, you have lots of things that you have accumulated over time. Those things have been given to you, or perhaps you have bought them. Of course, junk or things in general can be things that you don't use, items that you don't use, or that you've never used. And some people do this. They go out, they go to buy something from the shops, or maybe they go online and order something from the internet. You know what happens? You become tempted to buy something, and then a few days later you think, why did I buy that? Am I crazy? Why did I buy that thing? Maybe you were a little tired. Maybe you were feeling depressed. Maybe you were drunk and you ordered something and then it came and then you don't send it back. You keep it and you put it away somewhere. Something that is unused. An unused thing has never been used. And I think we all have something in our house, maybe somewhere, that we've put away. Quite often in the kitchen. I think, I might be wrong. If I am wrong, please tell me. Mr. Duncan, you are wrong. But I think that many people have unused items in their kitchen. Maybe things they've bought and they think, oh, that will be useful. I will use that in my kitchen. And then eventually it gets put away in the cupboard. It is never used. You put it somewhere. You put it into storage. So it can happen quite often where people will buy things, they will acquire things, they will get things, and they will not use them. It is true, we all waste our money sometimes. I think it is true that quite often we do waste our money. Things, the things you have, can be described as your belongings. So if something belongs, it means that is in the right place. The thing is in the correct place. So when we talk about a person's belongings, we are talking about their personal things, the things they own, their property, one person's property, the things they own, their belongings. I suppose when we think of belongings, we often think of clothes. Your clothing is, well, it makes up part of your belongings. Maybe the furniture in your house, maybe things you own, maybe your computer, things that you own, things that you have bought is what we are talking about today. I'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with more of those words. As I have mentioned already, Christmas is coming. It definitely is on its way. And English Addict will be with you on Christmas Eve. For those who haven't yet realised, that is what is happening. I will be with you on Christmas Eve. Not only myself, but also Mr. Steve will be joining us as well. Another use of the word stuff or junk or things. Well, quite often when we have lots of things around us, we have to put them somewhere. And the word storage is often used when we are talking about things that are put in a certain place. So when we talk about storage, we are talking about a place for things. Perhaps somewhere in your house there is a drawer that you open, and inside there is lots and lots of junk, lots of things that you never use, but you keep them because you think one day perhaps they will be useful to you. So it isn't unusual for people to store things in one particular place. I know we do. In our kitchen we have one particular drawer that is full of all sorts of junk, all sorts of things that we may or may not use or need ever again, but we keep them anyway. I think everyone has a junk drawer somewhere in their house. So when we talk about storage, we are talking about a place where we keep things just in case we need them again. As I said earlier, something that is unused has never been used. I know a lot of people these days, they like to have things and maybe they keep them for a certain amount of time and then later they sell them. So there are many ways of selling your unused items, things that you don't want. So perhaps you don't keep these things, maybe you just sell them to someone else. Maybe you sell them. There are many websites, many platforms where you can sell your second-hand things or things that are unused. So something that is unused has never been used. It has never been opened. It is unopened. It is unused. The word store. I think it's interesting to note that the word store can be used as both a noun or a verb. So you can store things. You are putting things in a certain place. You are placing something in a certain part of the house. Maybe a cupboard, maybe a drawer, maybe a room in the house. There are many places where you might store things. So we can use the word store as a verb and of course as a noun. The actual place where something is being stored is the store. A place where you buy things can also be described as a store. So you can see this particular word can be used in many different ways. Of course, keeping things can cause a lot of personal problems in your life because quite often a person might want to keep everything that they have, everything they've ever touched, every single thing that's ever been part of their life. They want to keep it. They might hoard their things. So if you hoard, it means you gather and store. You are gathering things together and then you are storing them. In nature, animals will often hoard food. During late summer or autumn, animals will often hoard food. They will take food to their nest and they will keep it there. They will hoard their food. They will keep it in one place. And so when the bad weather arrives, you know what happens? They eat the food. and it keeps them alive during the cold season. Hoard. Of course, a person might also hoard their belongings. They might put everything in one place. They might gather things and put them all in one place. There are some people who can't stop doing that. They like to gather. They like to collect. They like to keep everything that they've ever had in their life. And quite often, those things will become many. A lot of things will slowly pile up. They will become lots and lots of things. So maybe you keep something, a magazine, and then maybe you keep another magazine, and then eventually you end up with piles or stacks of magazines all around your house. So some people do find it difficult to throw things away, and there are various reasons why a person might do that. Normally some sort of emotional turmoil, or maybe something that has caused them to become depressed. There are many reasons. So if you store something, generally speaking, we say that you put that thing away, or you keep something in a certain place. To put away or to keep in a certain place. We store that thing. And yes, I am reinforcing the fact that you can use the word store as both a noun and a verb as well. So the place where you store things is called storage. That describes the place where things are kept. Quite often these days, I don't know about where you are, but over here many people do buy space. They buy a place. They rent maybe a part of a building, and they put lots of things in there for storage. Things that they don't need, things that they don't use. They put them all into storage. And then every month they will pay rent on that storage. It does happen quite often. If a person is moving house, quite often they will use storage. They will rent a place to put their things. Of course, I would say the most common place that people put things is in the loft. Loft. The place inside your roof space is the loft. So quite often many people who have a roof on their house will have space inside a loft. Or of course we can say attic as well. So some people will say attic, other people will say loft. It is the space that is above the house, but it is contained within the roof space above the house. So we can say loft or attic. And quite often people will put things, they will keep things in an attic above their house. I know here I can safely say that we have lots of junk, lots of things, lots of stuff stored away in our attic above the house. So yes, and we keep saying, Mr. Steve and myself, we always say to each other, next summer we are going to bring everything down from the loft and we are going to look through it. We are going to throw some of that stuff out. And you know what happens? Nothing. We don't do it. But every summer we say we are going to do it. And in fact, I think Steve the other day said that we are going to do it next year. But I don't think we are somehow. I don't think we are. So what about you? Do you have lots of things stored away? Do you have a lot of junk? A lot of things that you don't use or need? Please let me know in the comments below. This is a short live stream today. It is on earlier and it is shorter because I unfortunately have been called away for some urgent business, unfortunately. When I say business, I mean something is happening that I have to go and attend to. So I can't stay for very long, I'm afraid. I will be back on Sunday. Don't forget, Sunday, I am back. So don't fear. 2 p.m. UK time on Sunday. Christmas Eve, I will be with you, and so will Steve. We will both be here on Sunday. So don't worry. I won't forget about you. That is it for now. I will see you on Sunday. I will mention it again, 2 p.m. UK time. I know a lot of people sometimes say, Mr. Duncan, when are you on? Well, I will tell you again, one last time. 2 p.m. UK time is when I'm here with you. And I will see you on Sunday. Thank you very much. Just a short one. You can watch this again. And yes, there will be captions later on as well. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. I'm sorry it's a short one, but on Sunday we have lots and lots to show you and lots to talk about. See you soon. And of course, until the next time we meet here, you know what's coming next. Yes, you do. Until the next time we meet, this is Mr. Duncan in England saying thanks for watching. And of course, ta-ta for now. See you on Sunday, Christmas Eve.